Number 1. 1977 Pontiac Phoenix, priced at $3,000. Now here's a budget-friendly slice of late 70s American muscle DNA. The 77 Pontiac Phoenix, often compared to the Chevy Nova, shares that compact rear-wheel drive platform but carries its own Pontiac attitude. Straight body lines, simple chrome trim, and that unmistakable boxy 70s profile. According to the seller, the body is solid and straight with only minor surface rust and a few small spots on the trunk. The floorboards and trunk itself are solid, which is a big win for a car in this price range. Under the hood sits a Pontiac 350 V8 paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. It runs, drives, and shifts through all the gears, so you're starting with a functional foundation. The interior does need attention. The back seats, dash, and door panels will need work, so this isn't a turnkey show car. But at the same time, it's an honest project. Clean Texas title, located in Northeast Texas, and ready for someone who wants an affordable classic to build their own way. On the road, these cars feel light compared to the full-size cruisers of the era. With a 350 up front and rear-wheel drive, it's got the basics for a fun street machine. At $3,000, this is entry-level classic V8 ownership with tons of potential. Fix it up, rest-mod it, or just cruise it as is. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 2. 1973 Chevrolet Malibu Classic, priced at $3,000 US. Now this is one of those honest, no-nonsense project cars. The 73 Malibu Classic comes finished in white with a black interior, and it carries that unmistakable early 70s GM midsize look, long hood, squared-off body lines, and that solid, heavy stance that defined the era. This one has had an engine swap in the past, with an Oldsmobile motor dropped in at some point. However, the seller makes it clear. The current engine and transmission are no good. So mechanically, you're starting from scratch. But sometimes that's actually a good thing. Instead of undoing someone else's half-finished build, you get a clean slate. Small block Chevy, LS swap, big block, the choice is yours. The odometer shows 1 million miles, which we can safely assume has rolled over at least once. But with classic cars like this, condition matters more than the number on the dash. What really counts is the body and structure, and from the listing, it sounds like this is being sold as a straightforward roller-style project. On the road, once completed, a Malibu Classic delivers smooth cruising with plenty of V8 personality. These cars respond well to restoration or rest-mod builds thanks to strong aftermarket support. At $3,000 US, this is affordable entry into classic GM ownership with full creative freedom. Bring your drivetrain, bring your vision, and build it your way. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 3. Chevy Nova, priced at $3,000 down. Now this is one of those classic American compacts that never really goes out of style. The Chevy Nova has always been a favorite for builders, cruisers, and small block fans alike. Simple body lines, lightweight feel, and that unmistakable old-school muscle car attitude. According to the seller, this Nova runs and drives well, which is always the first big box you want checked. It also comes with a fresh paint job, giving it a cleaner, more presentable look compared to many budget classics out there. Overall condition is listed as used but good, so it sounds like a solid driver rather than a full restoration piece. The asking structure here is interesting, $3,000 down with a total price tag of $8,000, leaving a $5,000 balance at $350 per month. That kind of flexibility could make it easier for someone to step into classic car ownership without dropping all the cash at once. On the road, a Nova is exactly what you'd expect, compact, responsive, and raw in the best possible way. Whether it's got a small block V8 or an inline setup, these cars feel direct and connected, making them perfect for weekend cruising or future performance upgrades. As a project, Novas are gold. Huge aftermarket support, easy engine swaps, suspension upgrades. You can build it mild or wild. At $3,000 down, this could be an accessible entry into real classic muscle ownership. Let's move on to the next one. Number 4. 1987 Chevy Caprice, priced at $3,500. Now here's a full-size American cruiser with serious street presence. The 87 Caprice represents that classic boxy late 80s GM-designed big body, wide stance, and plenty of room to build something unique. These cars have become favorites in the custom and dunk scenes, but they're also great old-school V8 cruisers. This one is powered by a 350 engine paired with a 700 transmission, and it's been upgraded with an Edelbrock intake, a 650 Edelbrock carburetor, and long tube headers. That setup alone gives it a stronger breathing V8 sound and better performance potential than stock. The seller says it runs and drives, which is always a big plus at this price point. It does need some attention, specifically a passenger side fender and a power steering pump due to a leak, but the title is clean and in the seller's name, which keeps things straightforward. What makes this one interesting is the included new interior pieces: pearl white gator skin headliner, red gator skin dash, and pearl white rear dash. That opens the door for a bold custom build if that's your style. On the road, Caprices ride smooth and floaty, with that classic body-on-frame feel. Plenty of torque, comfortable seating, and a relaxed highway cruise. At $3,500, this is an affordable V8 platform with custom potential written all over it. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 5. 1977 Ford Mustang Coupe 2D, priced at $4,000. Now this is not your typical stock Mustang 2. This 77 has been turned into a hot rod, and under the hood sits a built 289 paired with 351 Windsor heads, a flat tappet hydraulic comp cam, and roller rockers. That's a serious small block setup for a lightweight Mustang 2 platform. Finished in white over a tan interior, this coupe keeps that late 70s compact muscle look. Sharp nose, short rear deck, and a smaller body compared to earlier Mustangs. With just 51,000 miles showing in only 2 owners, it has a relatively clean history on paper. Now, full transparency, it does need an engine rebuild. One of the cam lobes is worn, and the car will need to be towed or trailered. But beyond that, there's a lot of good hardware here. It features a C4 automatic transmission with a reverse manual valve body, new suspension components, new brakes, a fuel cell mounted in the trunk, side pipe exhaust, and brand new tires. Once sorted, this thing would be raw and loud, exactly what a street-style hot rod should feel like. Lightweight chassis, strong small block potential, and aggressive exhaust note. At $4,000, you're basically buying a performance project with solid parts already installed. Fix the engine, dial it in, and you could have a very fun weekend machine. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 6. 1997 Mercury Cougar XR7 Coupe 2D, priced at $5,500.
Okay, I'm here at the storage place and started running all my cars, but I'm gonna make a video of my Cougar starting up. That's from a cold start. Start right up. The lights that are on, seatbelt, and the door being open, of course. So. And the engine is quiet.
Now this is late 90s American personal coupe energy with a little extra attitude. The XR7 was the V8 version of the Cougar, and this one comes finished in a deep burgundy over a tan interior, a classy color combo that fits the era perfectly. Under the hood, you've got a V8 paired with an automatic transmission, and according to the seller, it runs great with no issues. It's got an aftermarket exhaust, lowered suspension, and a list of upgrades already done. With 121,348 miles and just 2 owners, it sounds like it's been enjoyed but maintained. The seller even says everything works and there's no rust, which is a big plus for a car approaching classic status. Visually, the lowered stance gives it a more aggressive look compared to a stock Cougar. It sits just right, sporty but still clean. These cars were built for smooth highway cruising, and with the V8, you get that effortless torque and relaxed power delivery. It's not just about speed, it's about that confident, planted feel on the road. As a project, you really wouldn't need much. You could keep it as a clean driver, add wheels, refine the suspension setup, or just enjoy it as is. The XR7 models are becoming harder to find in solid condition. At $5,500, this is a sharp, V8-powered coupe with style and street presence. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 7. 1942 Studebaker Champion, priced at $7,500. Now this is a true pre-war American classic. The 1942 Studebaker Champion carries that unmistakable early 40s styling, rounded fenders, long flowing body lines, and a bold upright grille that gives it real vintage presence. Finished in red with a gray interior, this one keeps its original paint, which is incredibly rare for a car of this age. According to the seller, it runs and drives very well and has had lots of new parts installed. That's important, because with a car from the early 40s, reliability upgrades make all the difference. It's paired with a manual transmission, which adds to that authentic, hands-on driving experience. The odometer shows 1 million miles, which likely means it has rolled over at least once, but with classics like this, history and preservation matter more than the number. The fact that it's in very good condition and still wearing original paint gives it a kind of survivor status that collectors appreciate. On the road, expect a completely different rhythm compared to modern cars. Slower steering, softer suspension, mechanical feedback, it's all part of the charm. You're not driving fast, you're driving through history. As a restoration candidate, you could preserve it as a survivor, lightly refresh it, or take it further into a full vintage showpiece. At $7,500, this is an affordable entry into true pre-war American motoring. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 8. 1982 Chrysler Imperial, priced at $6,500. Now this is early 80s American luxury at its finest. The 1982 Imperial was Chrysler's attempt to bring back true personal luxury, and this one is an original one-owner car, bought from a local estate. Finished in black over a bold red interior, it has that dramatic, upscale presence that really stands out. With 88,000 miles on the clock, this rust-free example has been kept indoors and well maintained. It comes with new tires, a new battery, fresh tune-up, and fluid changes, so mechanically, it's ready to be enjoyed. The seller says it runs beautifully and can be driven anywhere, which is exactly what you want to hear from a classic luxury coupe. Design-wise, the hideaway headlights are a highlight. When they're closed, the front end looks sleek and formal. Add in power windows, power steering, power brakes, and even a power trunk, and you're getting a fully loaded early 80s experience. It's not perfect, there are minor paint chips, some bubbling on the chrome, seat imperfections, and a small crack in the windshield. But overall, it presents as a very solid survivor. On the road, these cars are all about smooth cruising, soft suspension, quiet cabin, and that relaxed V8 feel under light throttle. At $6,500, this is affordable vintage luxury with style and comfort built in. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 9. 1984 Pontiac Grand Prix Coupe 2D, priced at $9,800. Now this is pure mid-80s street cruiser energy. The 84 Grand Prix carries that sharp, square G-body styling, long hood, formal roofline, and just enough attitude to remind you it's still a Pontiac. Finished in blue over a matching blue interior, this one really leans into that bold 1980s personality. Under the hood sits a 350 small block Chevy paired with an automatic transmission. That's already a serious upgrade from what many of these cars originally came with. The seller describes it as slightly modified, clean, and ready for summer cruise nights, and that's exactly where a car like this belongs. With only 31,827 miles showing, the low mileage definitely stands out. Whether that's original or not, the car presents as something that's been cared for and enjoyed responsibly. Clean appearance, strong drivetrain setup, and a classic rear-wheel drive platform make this a solid combination. On the road, G-body cars are known for their balanced feel. They're not huge land yachts, but they still give you that comfortable American ride. Add a 350 SBC into the mix, and you get stronger throttle response and that unmistakable V8 rumble. As a project, you could keep it exactly as it is for cruising, or take it further: wheels, suspension tweaks, maybe even more power. The aftermarket for these cars is massive. At $9,800, this is a clean, V8-powered 80s coupe with style and summer night potential written all over it. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 10. 1987 Chevrolet Caprice Classic Sedan 4D, priced at $12,000. Now this is full-size, old-school American comfort done right. The 87 Caprice Classic represents the final era of true body-on-frame sedans, big, smooth, and built to cruise. Finished in black over a burgundy interior, this color combination just screams classic executive style. This example is described as all original, with around 50,000 original miles, and the vehicle info shows just 40,000 miles on the clock. Either way, that's extremely low mileage for a car of this age. Even better, the seller claims no rust anywhere, which is a huge deal for these large 80s sedans. Mechanically, it's said to have hot heat and cold AC, meaning the comfort systems are working as they should. It's powered by a gasoline V8 paired to an automatic transmission, delivering that smooth, effortless torque these Caprices are known for. On the road, this is the definition of a floaty cruiser. Soft suspension, wide bench seating, and a quiet cabin make it perfect for relaxed highway drives or weekend shows. It's not about speed, it's about presence and comfort. As a restoration candidate, you honestly wouldn't need to do much. Keep it original and preserve its survivor status, maybe detail the paint and refresh small trim pieces. Clean, low-mile Caprice Classics are getting harder to find. At $12,000, this is a solid investment in true American sedan history. Let's move on to the next classic. Number 11. 1979 Cadillac Deville Phaeton, priced at $12,500. Now this is classic American luxury with a custom twist. The 1979 Cadillac Deville Phaeton was already known for its long, elegant body lines and unmistakable road presence, but this particular example adds a unique personalized style on top of that. Finished in black with a gold interior and a vinyl top, the car has that unmistakable late 70s Cadillac vibe: big, bold, and built to cruise. The Phaeton trim itself was a special edition package that added a bit more exclusivity to the already luxurious Deville lineup. This car has around 90,000 miles and comes equipped with an automatic transmission and a gasoline engine, delivering the smooth, effortless driving experience Cadillacs were famous for. The seller mentions it's been upgraded with a Sony head unit, JBL speakers, and two 12-inch Memphis subwoofers in the trunk, turning this classic cruiser into a rolling sound system. There are also custom touches throughout, including custom paint, a custom interior, LED floor lighting, and large 20-inch American racing wheels. Even the air conditioning has been converted to modern R134 refrigerant, which makes maintenance a little easier. On the road, a Deville like this is all about comfort. The ride is soft, the cabin is spacious, and the car glides down the highway like a true luxury land yacht. At $12,500, it's an interesting mix of classic Cadillac elegance and custom lowrider style personality. And with that, let's move on to the next classic. Number 12. 1989 Lincoln Town Car Signature Series, priced at $15,500.
89 Lincoln Town Car Signature Series, top of the line. There's only one in the world that's made with the revolving propellers in there. You can't even find these Superfly lights. I'm going to show you. It goes on a remote control, and it's all gold tip. And here we go. They got LED lights in there. You see the propellers going around, LED on the top, and at night it really shines great. And there we go, Superfly. Look at that, beautiful. Only one in the world made like this one with the revolving propellers. Gold tip grill, gold accents. And then we got the gold accent.
This is one of those classic American luxury sedans that perfectly represents the late 1980s era of smooth, comfortable cruising. The 1989 Lincoln Town Car Signature Series was the top-of-the-line trim at the time, and this particular example looks like it has been incredibly well preserved. Finished in a clean white exterior with a matching white interior, the car has the timeless executive look that made the town car a favorite among luxury buyers. With just 43,000 original miles, it's easy to see why the seller says it feels almost like it just rolled off the assembly line. The design is classic Lincoln: long, square body lines, a massive chrome grille up front, and that unmistakable full-size luxury presence. Inside, you get a spacious cabin with plush seating, power steering, power brakes, cruise control, tilt wheel, and a smooth automatic transmission. This particular car also has a few modern touches, including a Bluetooth stereo system and upgraded lighting in the front headlight covers, giving the car a subtle custom look while still keeping most of its original character intact. On the road, town cars from this era are all about comfort. The suspension is soft, the steering is relaxed, and the V8 under the hood delivers that effortless highway cruising experience Lincoln was famous for. At $15,500, this low-mileage Signature Series could be a fantastic choice for someone looking for a classic luxury sedan that's ready to enjoy right away. And with that, let's move on to the next classic. Number 13, 1969 Pontiac Catalina, priced at $15,500. Now here's a classic full-size American cruiser that perfectly captures the spirit of the late 1960s. The 1969 Pontiac Catalina was known for its bold styling, powerful engines, and smooth highway manners, and this example looks like a very solid car that's nearly ready to hit the road again. Finished in green with a matching green interior, this Catalina has that unmistakable vintage Pontiac vibe. The long body lines, wide stance, and classic chrome accents give it the kind of presence that really stands out at cruise nights or classic car gatherings. Under the hood sits a 400 cubic inch V8 with a 4-barrel carburetor, and according to the seller, the engine has recently been rebuilt. That means plenty of classic American V8 torque, paired with an automatic transmission that makes this car perfect for relaxed cruising. The car has also received recent paint and suspension work, which should help it feel tight and comfortable on the road. With around 75,000 miles showing on the odometer, it seems like a well-used but well-cared-for example. Originally, this Catalina came equipped with factory air conditioning. While it was removed by a previous owner, the seller still has the compressor, evaporator, and condenser, which could make it easier for someone looking to restore that original comfort feature. Overall, this looks like a great classic driver, something you could enjoy right away while slowly refining and restoring over time. At $15,500, this 1969 Pontiac Catalina could be a great way to get into a big-body Pontiac with a strong V8 and classic late 60s style. And with that, let's move on to the next classic. Number 14. 1976 Buick Regal Limited Coupe, priced at $18,000. Now this is a classic mid-70s luxury coupe with plenty of style and personality. The 1976 Buick Regal Limited was known for combining smooth V8 power with upscale comfort, and this particular example looks like a well-kept cruiser that's ready for the road. Finished in a classy beige exterior with a gold interior, this Regal has that unmistakable 1970s luxury vibe. The long hood, elegant body lines, and chrome accents give it a timeless presence, while the vinyl top adds that extra touch of vintage sophistication. Under the hood sits a Buick 350 V8 paired with an automatic transmission, which means relaxed cruising and plenty of smooth power for highway driving. According to the seller, the car shows just 66,000 original miles, which is pretty impressive for a vehicle of this age. This Regal has also received several upgrades, including a new dual exhaust system, new LED lighting, and even a professionally installed sound system. One of the most eye-catching details has to be the classic 100-spoke wheels wrapped in Vogue tires, giving the car a strong custom luxury look. There's also a new vinyl top and a 3-stage sunroof, adding even more character and comfort to the driving experience. The seller claims the car has no rust and no major issues, making it a solid highway-ready cruiser. Overall, this looks like a classic Buick that blends originality with a few tasteful custom touches. Whether you keep it as a stylish weekend cruiser or slowly refine it into a show-ready classic, there's a lot of potential here. At $18,000, this 1976 Buick Regal Limited could be a very cool entry into vintage American luxury. And with that, let's move on to the next classic car. Number 15. 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Hearst/Olds W30, priced at $13,000. This is one of those late 70s muscle machines that still carries serious street presence. The 1979 Hearst/Olds version of the Cutlass was a special collaboration between Oldsmobile and Hearst Performance, and it quickly became one of the most recognizable performance coupes of the era. This particular example comes finished in black with a tan interior, a color combination that really highlights the car's bold lines and classic muscle car stance. The long hood, squared body design, and aggressive front end give the Cutlass a strong personality even when it's just sitting still. Under the hood sits a V8 paired with an automatic transmission, making this car more of a relaxed cruiser than an all-out race machine. But with the Hearst/Olds heritage, it still delivers that classic American muscle feel when you get on the throttle. According to the seller, the car runs and sounds great and is ready for the highway. The seller also mentions that about $7,000 was recently spent on new parts and labor, which suggests a lot of mechanical work has already been taken care of. That means the next owner can likely enjoy the car right away rather than diving into a long project. With its clean appearance and mostly original setup, this Cutlass also has great potential for future restoration or preservation. Many collectors love keeping Hearst/Olds cars close to factory condition, while others take them to the next level with show-quality detailing. At $13,000, this 1979 Hearst/Olds Cutlass could be an interesting entry into the world of classic American performance coupes. And with that one covered, let's move on to the next classic ride. Number 16. 1983 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS Coupe, priced at $18,000. This is a classic example of the early 80s American performance coupe. The 1983 Monte Carlo Super Sport helped bring muscle car attitude back during a time when performance cars were starting to make a comeback. Finished in blue with a matching blue interior, this Monte Carlo keeps its original paint, stripes, and interior, which is something collectors really appreciate. The sharp, boxy G-body design, long hood, and signature SS styling give this car a bold presence that still turns heads today. Under the hood sits the original numbers-matching 305 high-output V8 paired with a turbo 353-speed automatic transmission. It's not just about straight-line speed with these cars, it's about that classic V8 rumble and smooth cruising feel that makes them fun to drive. According to the seller, the car has around 102,000 original miles and comes with a long list of features including cold air conditioning, cruise control, power windows, power locks, power steering, and power brakes. Even the original tune-out radio is still in place, adding to the vintage charm. There have also been a few tasteful upgrades like Year 1 N90 wheels, lowering springs in the rear, front drop spindles, and a recently installed water pump. And of course, like many G-body cars, it also has huge potential for future upgrades, including the popular LS engine swap. At $18,000, this 1983 Monte Carlo SS represents a clean and mostly original example of one of Chevrolet's most recognizable 80s performance coupes. And with that one wrapped up, let's move on to the next classic ride. Number 17. 1968 Dodge Monaco, priced at $17,500. This big classic Mopar stands out with its bold blue exterior and matching blue interior, giving it that unmistakable late 60s American full-size muscle presence. The car received professional paint and bodywork in 2022, so it presents very nicely and really highlights those long, clean Monaco body lines. Under the hood sits a Series 440 cubic inch V8, upgraded with a 284/484 purple shaft cam, Edelbrock intake and carburetor, and Hooker long tube headers. It's paired with a 3,400 stall torque converter and a 3.55 Sure grip rear end, making this full-size cruiser surprisingly quick for its size. Cooling is handled by a Griffin radiator package, and the car runs a full FBO electronic ignition setup, helping the big block run strong and reliably. With its automatic transmission and powerful V8 rumble, this Monaco should deliver that classic, effortless American highway cruising experience. Overall, it's a very cool mix of classic style and performance upgrades, and with a little continued care, it could be an awesome weekend cruiser or collector's muscle sedan. And just like that, let's move on to the next classic ride. Number 18. 1970 Mercury Cougar Coupe, priced at $18,500. This classic Mercury stands out immediately with its deep blue exterior paired with a matching blue interior, giving it that bold early 70s muscle car personality. What makes this car especially interesting is that it's been turned into an Eliminator tribute, featuring the signature decals, spoilers, and styling touches that give it a much more aggressive look. According to the owner, this Cougar has spent its entire life garage kept and they're only the second owner. With just about 69,800 miles on the clock, the car appears to have been very well preserved over the years. Aside from the Eliminator tribute components, it's said to remain largely original. The body is reported to be rust-free, with only a small quarter-sized spot of surface rust that appeared last year, pretty minor considering this car is over 5 decades old. On the road, a Cougar like this delivers that classic American V8 cruising feel, smooth, comfortable, and full of character. With a little continued care or light restoration work down the road, this could easily become an eye-catching classic for shows or weekend drives. And with that one wrapped up, let's check out the next classic car. Number 19. 1971 Pontiac Firebird Formula 400, priced at $25,000. This classic Firebird brings serious muscle car presence with its bold red exterior paired with a black interior, giving it that unmistakable early 70s Pontiac attitude. Under the hood sits the legendary Formula 400 setup, and according to the seller, this one still retains its numbers-matching drivetrain along with PHS documentation, a big plus for collectors. With just under 95,000 miles on the odometer, the car has clearly been enjoyed but also maintained over the years. It's had several recent updates including a new gas tank, water pump, door pins, and transmission service. The paint was redone years ago and does show some clear coat wear, but overall it still presents as a strong driver quality classic. On the road, a Firebird like this delivers that raw American V8 feel, plenty of power, a deep exhaust note, and the kind of presence that turns heads at every cruise night. With a little cosmetic work, this could easily become an even more impressive classic. And with that Firebird wrapped up, let's move on to the next classic car. Number 20. 1937 Plymouth PT Sedan priced at $25,000. This classic 1937 Plymouth blends vintage pre-war styling with modern hot rod upgrades. Finished in a clean two-tone gray with a matching gray interior, it still carries that elegant late 30s design with rounded fenders, flowing body lines, and plenty of chrome that really gives it presence. Under the hood, this one has been upgraded with a new 350 V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission, making it far more comfortable and reliable to drive than the original setup. It also features Mustang 2 front suspension, front disc brakes, and a rear 4-link suspension, which means the driving experience should feel surprisingly modern for a car of this era. The seller notes the car is rust-free, with new paint, fresh interior carpeting, and only around 300 miles since the build. Overall, it looks like a well-done street rod that's ready for cruising or weekend car shows. And with that beautiful Plymouth wrapped up,